are extremely excited to talk about the return of a legend, or should I say, two iconic legends. One in 2027, the other one in 2028 so far that I've heard.
Mephisto?
No, it's Shrek 5 and Donkey.
Ah, I was close.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Have you seen the teaser and the trailer of the official one?
Yes, I'm going to say something very controversial right off the bat.
Go ahead.
It is not Ugly Sonic.
You know what? If I was there right now, I would have shake your hand. I would have shake your hand because that's exactly my thought as well. I mean,
Because
a lot of. Sorry, go
everybody's
ahead.
everybody's saying it's Ugly Sonic all over again. The animation is terrible. And here's my thing. My thing is the animation different? Yeah. Is the animation maybe not as good as the original? I don't know. I mean, it's definitely different, but I think it's just the natural progression. I don't think it's like bad. Um, I don't think it's like it didn't really like make me like say ooh. Um,
No,
so I mean I don't know. I mean I think it's that it's so. I think it's that it at least for some people is that it's different and they don't like that. Um, but I don't know. I disagree with that.
can I also add one more thing? Guys, do you have any fucking idea how long has it been since Shrek Forever After? I mean, the movie was released in 2010. 2000 bloody 10. And compare it with 2027. Make it like have a little bit of a countdown. It has been so long, guys, since they did a Shrek movie. Okay, so long. But Lord of Shadows, they did all those shorts and everything. Yeah, but that was like very early on. Jesus, I mean, like, and also not to mention, DreamWorks has changed over the years. Okay, they had new technology, new programs, new apps. Everything changed ever since 2019 with How to Train a Dragon: The Hidden World. They started to use new technology. Things change. Okay, and also, like, his head doesn't look like an egg. I mean, seriously, like, it's ridiculous. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous how people are shitting just because they're used to Shrek that we had since 2010.
Give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay, no problem. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. All that ranting about the Shrek and everything and how they look like and all. I mean, like, just absolutely ridiculous. And also people ridiculing how his children look like and everything. I mean, they're fucking adults now. I mean, like, they're way older now. I wonder if they're like teenagers or they're like more older than that. Hmm, you know, I don't know.
Now, something people could be a little bit critical about is the Shrek Lego miniseries. Now, I say
Yeah.
that I say that knowing full well that September 1st I'm going to be at Barnes and Noble, Walmart, somewhere and getting the whole series. So I'm going to be a bit of a hypocrite. But um, if they want to critique anything, you could critique that because there are some very odd choices in that, like Merlin. Why Merlin? Uh, but again, I mean the movie. I don't really see a problem with the animation. Um, but for me, what I would have a problem with is the voices if they sounded different or off, and to me, they don't sound like that much different, if at all.
I will even add this. First and foremost, let's just appreciate the entire crew is back. We have
Although,
Mike.
although there is one thing to that point I wanted to ask. So there's one person who's been absent, at least so far in the movie trailers, that I wonder how it's going to shift the dynamic having him being absent from the movie if he is.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Puss in Boots.
Yeah. And by the way, let me just give a little short notice right here, right now. Puss in Boots: The Last Wish also had a different style of animation,
Mm-hmm.
and yet no one complained about it because you can definitely see that his character and of course Kitty Softpaws, they were the design wise they were changed,
Oh yeah.
and nobody said anything wrong. No. At first they were like, what the fuck is this? But then basically after seeing the Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse movies, they were like, oh, this is a great style of animation. Oh yeah, true work of art and everything. And I can definitely see people saying like, but that's not the same thing, Lord of Shadows. Yes, it is. Yes, it is because it all goes down to the style they want to go with. It all goes to the style and the art.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also again, I just have to say, you have Mike Myers returning as Shrek. You have Eddie Murphy. You have Cameron Diaz, who actually even came out of retirement to be an actress again. And also the new cast. I mean, you have Zendaya as I forget the children.
Oh
Felicia. You
yeah.
have Jimmy Olsen as Farkle. You have Hernandez as Fergus. Not to mention Gingerbread Man and Pinocchio are returning.
Yeah.
And I think they're the same actors.
Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have I would say not all of it, but like almost the entire crew back.
Unfortunately,
Basically.
Doris has since passed away.
Excuse me.
Doris has since passed away.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know.
Wonder if Doris will show up recast or not. I just thought about that.
That's a good question. That is a good question. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I don't know if they will recast him or not. Honestly, my point of view is this: if you're gonna use a character that the actor passed away, if you're gonna use a character even after the actor's demise, who made like this character iconic and everything, if you still have a role for the character in the story, then just simply go and recast the character. Just recast the character and basically use them in the story. I mean, the whole thing of like oh, these actors immortalize those characters and everything. I mean, I get it, but sometimes like this kind of thing doesn't work. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, again, sometimes I understand like why you wish to not to destroy their legacy and honor them and everything, but again, sometimes if some storytellers have some use for them, just freaking recast them. I mean, what like, there's no fear in it. You're not gonna destroy the character's legacy or the actor's legacy, even though some people are saying yes, you can. No, you can't. But anyway, I want to ask you because like here's the thing. Okay, so let me give you the premise of the movie. Okay, so basically it says this, and only this: the film follows Shrek, Donkey, and Princess Fiona on an adventure in a city called, I cannot believe this, Further and Further Away, alongside Shrek and Fiona's 3 children. Which by the way, I want to say it's cool that first and foremost that the kids are older. But also that they're joining their adventures. I felt like that's kind of like a nice addition, which also brings me to a fear that a lot of people have. I think you know what I'm talking about. Some people fear, especially Zendaya's character, Felicia. A lot of people fear that they're gonna replace Shrek, Donkey, and Fiona. But for what I've seen from some of the filmmakers, and before that, we have a comment. Oh, good old Caroline. Shrek. Yes, we're talking about Shrek. And by the way, welcome aboard. So I want to ask you. So I want to talk about this kind of like this paranoia, basically, as people have. Like, what do you see? Like, do you think like there's a chance that the children, especially Zendaya's character, replaces them, or you think like they're gonna stick to the main 3?
I don't know. I mean, I don't think they'll replace them, honestly. No, I don't think they'll replace him.
Yeah, I mean, me neither. It's Shrek, and it's freaking Shrek, and not to mention Donkey and Fiona. I mean, they're the main three.
And
So
and even if that was the route they were going, I trust the writers of Shrek that like they thought it through and like it would make sense to do it because they've never really like. I mean, it's a Shrek Forever After wasn't the greatest, but they've never really had a dud of a Shrek movie, like an outright dud. So I mean, even if they are going to replace them, I trust the writers have thought that through and like it would make sense.
so far, what I've seen, the people behind this movie, uh, so far what I've seen, they understand the source material. They understand the legacy of Shrek, and I think they're not gonna harm it. I think they're gonna keep Shrek and it's like and the legacy of the character in the franchise the way it is. I mean, the only thing that could happen is that if the children became popular, with the new and the old friends of and the old new and old fans of the Shrek franchise. That's the only thing that can happen. And perhaps if they became popular, maybe they can do spin-offs, with the kids. That's like the biggest thing that could happen. But in a Shrek movie, there's no way they're gonna basically take the stage as the
Yeah,
main character. But the only thing I can see is that they're gonna basically share the screen time, or all of them, because this time they're going out as a family basically. But I want to ask you this: so, you still remember the premise I told you?
yeah, about them going to further away.
Yeah, basically another kingdom. It's not going to be far, far away. This time is further away. Jesus. I want to ask you because, like, okay, so you saw the new trailer that was released, like I think, like a few months back.
Yes.
Okay, because since we don't know yet anything about the story, do you have any idea what the story could possibly be?
Honestly, no. I'm not entirely sure. They're kind of being maybe unnecessarily tight-lipped about it.
Mm.
Um, my guess is I'd be willing to bet you we get a trailer like with Doomsday.
When is the movie coming out? Just give me a second. June 30th,
Yeah.
next year. Okay. Ha ha ha.
Actually, there
Let
are
me
two trailers. I'm going to predict right now. You know what two trailers I think we're going to get with Doomsday?
go ahead.
We're going to get Shrek and we're going to get Beyond the Spider-Verse.
You think so?
Yeah, I think we're going to get those two trailers because that's
Yeah,
going to be like the biggest. Those are going to be two like the biggest movies of the summer next summer.
that's a debate because you don't forget Men of Tomorrow.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Let's see what Caroline is gonna has to say. Maybe they will release more closer to release date. Maybe they think interest will be fleeting since it is a fifth movie. It's possible, Caroline.
Yeah,
It is possible.
that's a possibility. I mean,
Yeah.
it's
If
going to be interesting because I didn't think about that, but that is a fair point. Um,
Shrek is totally gonna get overshadowed by Doomsday and Spider-Man. Well, I mean, uh, if you're talking about like the overall interest during December, yes, but you have to remember the movie's gonna be released in June 30th. I think like it's gonna be before even Men of Tomorrow. So I
although
go
Shrek and Beyond the Spider Verse come out fairly close together,
yeah,
so
that is true.
that could be an interesting dynamic.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I still because here's what how I can see it. I think if they're gonna have two more trailers, because you have to remember the teaser trailer that was released with the cast reveal and everything. That
Why does Donkey look like he's half invisible in in the picture there?
I think it's just the way how the neck is pointed. Like, oh, look who's here. good old FRC. Oh no, not these two legends. Yes, that's right, Bath Boy. That's who we are. That's who we are. Yes.
How's
Yes.
the bathtub, FRC?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Oh yeah, look at Caroline. She's also saying hi to FRC. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah. But anyway, I think here's what I think is gonna happen, because since uh, December is gonna be barricaded with especially the Doomsday and Dune.
Yeah.
Um, here's what I think. The You have to remember the first teaser trailer that was like 30, 40 seconds. I'm subscribing from YouTube now. How well, as the French say, c'est la vie. C'est la vie. I was gonna say, okay, here's the thing. So let me try to say this. So the teaser with the cast reveal and the design and everything, that was basically forced. Like DreamWorks had to release that because I think it was leaked or something like that. So they had to release it. But I think they were planning to release it. I think somewhere during like the summer. I think that's what their plan was, or maybe at the beginning, or maybe at the end of 2026, something like that. But so now the trailer they released, that could be considered sort of like a teaser trailer, basically. And I still think that the second trailer also I think was released because they had no choice. But here's what I think. There's a possibility that there are two trailers left for Shrek, but I think this time they're gonna be tactical about it. I think they might release the first trailer summer. Again, it could be a possibility in December, but I think it's gonna be after Doomsday and Dune and the whole fiasco about those two. And then the second one could be released maybe like a month or two before the premiere. Because remember,
that's a good. I can kind of see that.
Yeah, because remember, with when you're basically building the interest for a movie, you have to be very tactical how you do it, not just simply through the marketing, but also through the trailers. So I think like if they still have two trailers, I think I believe that's the route they're gonna go. But
Yeah.
here's another question I have for you. Since in the trailer, literally, we have nothing to basically tell us about the story. Although there were some, again, I'm not a fan of leaks, but there were some like leaks that I accidentally saw. I'm not gonna go into details, but basically they're saying it involves Felicia, their daughter, because she's gonna have like a sort of like a adventure of her own in this movie, which is not bad. But overall, like, I'm really interested where this is going. Like, some people are saying that but that was actually fake. Some people actually were saying that the in Shrek 5 you're gonna see them basically go to the real world. Which is the stupidest thing I ever heard. But the one thing is, since I'm the villain's life, I'm really kind of curious to see who's gonna be the main villain this time.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious about that too.
Yeah, because first we had Lord Farquaad, then we had the fairy godmother, then we had the Prince Charming, then we had Rumpelstiltskin. So now I'm really curious because wait, Caroline said something. Hey, when SpongeBob went to the real world, it was epic. Well, point. Well, actually, he went twice. No, actually, no, 3 times actually. He went into the first movie that was directed by, God rest his soul, Steven Hillenburg. Then he went in the real world, Sponge Out of Water.
Yes.
And the third time he went, he was in The Search for Squarepants when they were trying to stop the Flying Dutchman. So yeah, he did went to the real world, but again, Shrek doesn't work that way. When it comes to SpongeBob, it makes sense. Shrek, not exactly. I mean, maybe you have a different opinion about that, but that's at least how I see Shrek.
Yeah,
the overall.
Honestly, I don't know. I mean, I could see it working if the story was right, but
I want to.
I feel
So
like it's been done too. I feel like it's also at the same time been done too much with animated movies. So I don't know. I don't know if I'd be in favor of that or not.
now, I mean, honestly, I don't think that that's gonna happen because that would be too much. Because here's the thing, even with everything they've shown in the second trailer of Shrek, it really made me believe that they will still add something new to it. But I have a feeling from what I've seen, they're basically sticking to the main roots of what made Shrek the franchise popular. I don't think they're gonna go way too eccentric or extreme. I think like they're gonna give us some changes, some refreshing, like new elements. But I still think at the end of the day, they're gonna still keep those traditional roots with Shrek Five. Because, and the reason why I'm saying this, because there's actually another proof that kind of brings me to this. Just give me a second. Okay, so they revealed that. By the way, the voice work for Shrek Five is officially done. They've done recording, and also I don't want to forget this, but there are also going to be other multiple actors who have yet to be announced for the movie. So basically, the cast reveal that we had so far, that's only the beginning. There's going to be more, and I cannot wait to see what they have. And here's basically the point I was making. So they said that the film features the same edgy humor mixed with heart as the rest of the series, which brings me to the thing I just said right now. They are going to make some new elements, but they're going to stick to the main roots. What makes Shrek the franchise it is today. I mean,
Yeah,
what do you think?
yeah, I think they will. Um, I don't see them changing a whole lot about it. Um, I am curious with the Donkey movie like a year after it or so. I'm curious
Yes.
like if there's going to be a tie-in or how that works.
I think they said it's going to be an origin story.
I'll see. That'd be interesting. I'd be curious to see an origin story for Donkey.
They basically said the origin is going to be about how a donkey became the donkey. That's how basically they said it. Uh, Also, I have a theory about Donkey's movie. Have you ever? Just give me a second. Give me a second. Uh, I always forget the name. Uh, uh, okay. Have you ever heard of the fairy tale from the Grimm brothers, the town musicians of Bremen?
No, I don't think so.
You have a rooster, a cat, a dog, and a donkey. They basically abandoned their masters because they thought they were too old, and basically they went into an adventure. They wanted to become musicians, and then basically they end up in a cottage where some bandits were, and basically they basically kicked them out, and they spend the rest of their lives, living in this cottage.
Hmm.
Here's why I think the donkey movie might be about. I think with the donkey's origin, I mean, he's definitely going to be the main character. I mean, after all, it is Eddie Murphy. So, but here's why I have this strong feeling that they're going to do a parody of the musicians of Bremen. I think we will see a rooster, a dog, a cat being the main characters with donkey. I think that's I think this story is going to be involved somehow with that fairy tale. That's my guess.
Hmm. That's interesting. That would be interesting. The thing I wonder about the Donkey movie is how do you like one thing that is central to the Shrek movies is the dynamic between Shrek and Donkey. So how I'm just wondering how a movie with just Donkey is going to work without that dynamic.
Well, I think like I think that's gonna be the whole point because remember, people thought the same thing with Puss in Boots. When they did the first movie, they felt like how he can do this without Shrek or Donkey. And that's why we got Kitty Softpaws, Humpty Dumpty. I told my part of the story, or should I say the theory, what I think the movie's gonna be all about. So now I want to hear what you think the movie could be about.
The Donkey movie. That's a good. Honestly, so that's a good question. I never really thought about it. I mean, if it's an origin story,
At least that's how the stories go.
I mean, if it's an origin story, I don't know. I don't know what I mean. It's kind of interesting. It would be an origin story because I remember they kicked around the idea of doing an origin story for Shrek 5. So
Yeah,
it would kind of be interesting doing an origin story on Donkey instead. Kind of makes a little more sense doing an origin story for Donkey.
yeah. I mean, remember they did the same thing with Puss in Boots.
Um, I don't know. I mean, beyond it being an origin story, I don't know what they could do with it. I always thought like Donkey, at least in my head, whenever Donkey was first introduced, I always thought Donkey was like one of the boys from Pleasure Island.
Ah, okay.
So I always kind of thought that would be the direction they go if there was like any kind of prequel. I don't know.
But can I add also one more thing? The reason why I think that his origin story might actually have something to do with the fairy tale I just mentioned, the musicians of Bremen. Remember, what does Eddie Murphy do every time as Donkey in the Shrek movies? What does he do?
Talk,
More than that.
sing.
Exactly. And in the fairy tale, all of them are basically self-proclaimed musicians. So try to imagine like the style of their basically singing with the level of Eddie Murphy's singing.
Well, that would make sense if they did that.
Because
I can kind of see that now.
yeah, because honestly, I always kind of imagined that the donkey, like the character, even when I was little, because like the town musicians of Bremen was one of the very first Grimm brothers like fairy tales I have read when I was little. So every time when I saw Donkey when I was watching Shrek, I always kind of had this theory that the donkey actually might be like the donkey from the musicians of Bremen
Well,
because of the singing.
yeah, I can kind of see that now. I can kind of see them doing that now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but again, we only heard the announcement, so again, it's again it now the question is when they're gonna start production and also the recording. Now, my guess, honestly,
And one thing I want to know about going back to Shrek 5 for a minute. One thing
mhm.
another theory is at the end of Puss in Boots, he was going towards far, far away for some reason. I forget what the
Yep.
reason was. So I wonder if that's somehow going to get connected to Shrek 5. I wonder if that's somehow going to be part of it.
I mean, we all know Antonio Banderas, that he's voicing Puss in Boots, so keeping him maybe as a surprise to kind of like appear in the movie. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I think you think it would be. I think the whole surprise would be like basically for nothing because we all know the character, we all know who he is, where he comes from, and everything. So I don't know. Maybe there's a chance. Maybe they didn't even actually had a plan to have him in Shrek 5. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they, or maybe the least, maybe when he will appear in the movie, maybe it could be a credit scene or something.
Well,
I mean,
I didn't think about that after credits. I didn't think about that.
well, technically, Shrek actually, I think, no, actually, no, Shrek did actually have credit scenes. It did actually have. I mean, no, I mean, I don't think all the time, but I know they did in Shrek 2 when the children were revealed. When it comes to Donkey. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a good question. It's a very good question if he's gonna appear or not. But I think like with someone like Antonio Banderas also being part of the main crew, I think like they would have revealed that already.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I don't know. I mean, we just have to wait and see because again, we only had the announcement, and we don't know when the production is gonna start, and we don't know when the recording is gonna start. Because here's the thing, I think like right now, I think Eddie Murphy and the others, I think they will be more focused with promoting Shrek 5 rather than doing the Donkey movie, and then maybe perhaps somewhere near the premiere, maybe then they're gonna start production. I don't know.
Hmm. That's possible.
Yeah, but I will say one thing: it's about damn time that we had a Donkey movie because a lot of people were wondering why the hell did we had a Puss in Boots movie instead of like a Donkey movie first.
Yes.
Yeah, but to be honest, with Shrek 2, I think like Puss in Boots became way more popular than Donkey.
Yeah, I'm. That's a good point too. I was kind of surprised Puss in Boots got a spinoff before Donkey. I mean, it just seemed like I don't know. It didn't seem weird to me, but it seemed like Donkey would have been the more logical choice. But
Hmm,
but I mean, Puss in Boots. I mean, I wasn't crazy about the first Puss in Boots, but the
it was
second
all right.
the second one kind of that was the good one.
Oh yeah, the second one really blew my mind.
Like
Absolutely.
I went into the second one expecting it to be about as good as the first one, which I wasn't crazy about, and I left saying, okay, that was actually a really good movie.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I mean, if they can do that with Donkey, um, I'm excited to see what they do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. But so far,
And
go ahead.
and I mean, Eddie Murphy is hilarious. As I mean, Eddie Murphy is probably always going to be Donkey till the day he dies.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Which
this is one of those roles that he immortalized in his career.
which you got to feel a little bit bad for the guy. The guy's done a lot in his career and had a lot of accomplishments, and like probably one of the only things he'll ever be known for when he goes someday is being the voice of a donkey.
Well, not exactly. I mean, people will remember him also as Mushu in Mulan,
Or yeah, Mushu. Which, by the
and
way, them recasting Mushu and Mulan too, worst idea.
oh yeah, absolutely. That's like for me, Mulan 2 is like one of the worst movies Disney ever made when it comes to sequels. But I will say this: besides the Mushu and Donkey, there's also other roles that he will be immortalized. Like for example, Beverly Hills Cop, The Nutty Professor, Coming to America. There's a lot of movies that he's gonna be immortalized.
See, I've never seen Coming to America. I need to watch that.
If I may, just watch the first one.
The second one wasn't that good.
No, no, it really disappointed me. I mean, Eddie Murphy still got it, but the whole story and everything is no. I mean, I'm just sticking to the original.
Hmm.
But the first one, I think you're gonna have lots of fun.
Hmm.
Yeah. And with that being said, I think we are ready to go to the next topic. Okay, guys, we stopped a lot talking about Shrek 5 and, of course, the upcoming Donkey movie. So the question is for you: what do you think about Shrek 5, and the Donkey movie? Are you excited for those two projects? What do you think they're going to be all about? Who are going to be the cast members who are going to join these two movies? Who do you think, what the story about the Donkey movie is going to be based on, everything? All the thoughts, all the ideas, all the theories, every single comment, just put in the comment section down below. Share with us your shadowy wisdom.
One thing's for sure, they're going to be two friends on a whirlwind adventure.
Ain't no stopping us now.
Donkey, you have the right to remain silent. What you lack is the capacity.
You know what? I think I preferred you humming.